I am getting ready to get 3 more cysts removed from my scalp. There's actually 1 more, but 3's the limit. I'm gonna go. All right, all done. They removed 3 more cysts. There's another one right here, but it's not really in the way of anything. They got rid of the one that was on the top that was kind of pointing out that it was bothering me. So I got 3 more out. I'm gonna go get some lunch. Remember how last time they wrapped my head in that pink wrapping stuff? This time they just put Vaseline on, because I didn't bleed very much, so they're like, you know, but they gave me some wrap stuff just in case. If I start bleeding, I'm supposed to put the wrap stuff on. I asked her, oh, I am not where I thought I was. Okay. I am not at all where I thought I was. I turned too soon. Anyway, there is another appointment set up for the 19th of November. By the time you see this, but this will all already be done. To take the stitches out, and also to talk about hair, meaning the growth of my hair. It keeps coming out. And it's been doing that since I was 18 years old, just major shedding. And it's more noticeable now that my hair's longer. And it's just annoying. There's hair everywhere. And so, we're gonna do some treatments. I hate to do this, but I have to, let's see if I can get this set up. I started bleeding a little bit toward the end of the work day. I'm gonna try to put something on, and I think it would feel better bandaged up, if that makes any sense. It's mainly the one back here and the one by my ear. I don't know if I can do this by myself very well. Is this gonna fit around my head? Okay, there we go. No, you have to fit around my head. I hate this for my hair. I work so hard on this curly girl method, and it's starting to work. The curls are getting more spirally slightly, and it's starting to work, but this has not been my day. Not been my day. Okay. Ugh. Okay, there's one back here. We may have to do something else. Come on. Okay, sit. J. There we go. Oh. this one's down here. I can move it down a little bit. Okay. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Let me get the hair out of my deal. And I can't see. Ugh. I don't know about this. Cover my ear like so, maybe. I think I have more like gauze-like things in my first aid kit. Yes, I have a trauma pad. But I don't know about using that. Is there anything else? Here we go. Yeah, I got more gauze right here. I think there's only one. But ugh. Maybe I'll put this one down here. There we go. So last time they put that, they wrapped this kind of stuff around me and everything. I'm just gonna do this because it's easier, but I'll keep this in my first aid kit. Probably need to get some more stuff for this kit. It's kind of hard to say though. It sure comes in handy every once in a while. I think it hurts more than last time. Last time I don't really remember it hurting as much. Anyway, I look like I have a major head wound, which, you know, technically I do have head wounds. They're just small. And now it's time for dinner, and I don't know what I want to do. I got my last HelloFresh box that I'm gonna use before I start getting groceries. I'll try to pick out the easiest thing to do. I don't know. It's Sunday afternoon. It is gorgeous out there. I'm gonna take a walk. I say that a lot. I'm gonna let you in on something. I say that a lot in my videos, that I'm gonna go for a walk later, I'm gonna work out later. And I would say 90% of the time lately, last few months, when I say that, it's not true. It doesn't end up happening. So what we're gonna do today is, after I'm done with this video and I get my laundry put away, I'm gonna go for a walk and show you that I'm walking. And so, but there's something I wanted to talk about. And it's about friendship. I've seen a lot of videos over the years, but more recently, there's a woman close to my age who posted something. She said she was 52 and had no friends. I'm 51. I have friends. Yeah, but it's complicated. So I wanted to think about that, but my entire life has been like her, how she described. One of the reasons is, you know, she's very transient, and so am I. I went to different schools growing up, not a lot of different schools, but a few. So I don't have that, oh, we've been friends since kindergarten thing. And even if I'd stayed where we were, when I did have kids that I at least knew since kindergarten, I wouldn't be able to say by graduation that I had been friends with them since kindergarten. I am an introvert. Introverts can have friends. We like having friends. But I was also very shy. And it's super hard to make friends when you're not somebody who naturally, as an introvert, I don't really open, even if I'm not shy in a situation, I'm not really willing to open up that much to people I just met or where I don't feel safe to open up. Grade school was much easier than the rest of it to have friends. I would say beyond junior high, middle school, high school, nah. Pretty much a loner. And I was bullied a lot in grade school, as a matter of fact. And so that didn't really help me want to break out and try to risk being friends with someone. I would say that I had not college years either. I didn't really, trying to remember anybody that I guess there was one person. She was from Japan. We used to write each other, letters all the time, kind of like pen pals after we graduated. And we kept that up for a long time. And then it changed to email. And then that's when it started dwindling. I think the combination of getting older and your life changing so much, I'd say in our 40s is when we slowed down. I would say that in my 20s, during my first job out of college, was probably my best time period of having friends. Now so we had a group of about 30, 60 people. Most of us, some of the 60 people, some of those people had already moved away before I had joined the group. The group had been going on for a while by the time I moved there, but we did a lot of things together, but the thing is, it was a group, and so there were cliques within the group, and I had a couple of friends, one in particular that I was closest to, when she got married and moved away. And this is what I've found, is when people get married and start having kids and stuff, you don't really see them as much anymore. And that's exactly what was starting to happen with our group, because we're all similar ages, maybe some of us a little younger, some of us a little older, but the older people in the group were having kids, getting married, and then some of us were starting to do those things, and you didn't see those people as much. And the single people who were kind of still doing stuff and together, and it would just be us, and every once in a while the married with kids people would join us. I made a friend in graduate school, both a professor and one of the other grad students, where we became friends. I still have some contact with the professor that I had back then, and we still talk a little bit through social media. She invited me to her wedding and everything. I couldn't go. And the other girl that I was in class with, I really miss her. But we just have completely different lives now, and I would like to see her and talk to her again, and maybe that's some kind of social experiment thing that I should do, is reach out to these people. As I'm listening to some of these videos, a lot of these people are talking about people who just ghosted them after a time. or, you know, whatever. And that hasn't been my experience. My experience has been you move away and nobody contacts anybody. They don't contact me, I don't contact them. Or, you know, it's a mutual thing. I don't know if that's right or wrong. It's just, with most people, out of sight, out of mind. And maybe that makes me a bad friend as well. That's what I've been thinking about, like, you know, but there's also a fear in me that I'll look silly reaching out, or they will ghost me or not answer. There's other videos about coworkers and being friends with coworkers, and you know, a current coworker that I have, you know, I'm in a group of 5 people, a team of 5 people, and we talk, we do things together. We're gonna have a Friendsgiving this year, next weekend. But would we talk to each other, or will we talk to each other if things change and one or most of us move on to something else? I don't know. You know, and I know that. I know that going in, because that's been my past experience. Even just working for the same company, but you know, when I moved from Enid to Cincinnati, there was only 1 or 2 people I kept in contact with. That one person, the main person that I was closest to in Enid, we did have a couple of phone calls. After I moved away, we would text every once in a while. It wasn't all the time, but it was just every great once in a while we'd talk on the phone about things that are going on, and we had at least 1 phone call, if not 2, about things. I remember 1. And then the friends I made in Cincinnati, they were just work friends, and I wasn't happy there, so you know, I didn't really work too hard to keep those friendships after I moved. And they didn't. I actually did more to stay in touch with them than they did with me anyway, so because I would send emails and the responses would dwindle and dwindle, you know, be fewer and farther between. So, you know, the writing was on the wall anyway. They were moving on, and I needed to move on too. And then the friend from Enid, when I moved back here, that friend had some training to go to do up here. And so I met with her each night that she was here to go eat somewhere and talk and everything. She called me her best friend, so I took that, you know. And it makes sense because we've been able to maintain our relationship after all this time. So there are some people that I have that I can reach out to, that I still have at least some way to contact them after all this time, that I would still consider a friend, maybe not a close friend. And maybe that is the distinction. When I went back to college and majored in theater, I made friends with people who were younger than me. They were, you know, just starting college, and I was 30 going back to college. And there are a few of them that I'll bet that if I reached out and went to go visit, we'd have a good time. But as far as close friends, and I think that's the distinction. I think that's what the people in these videos are talking about. They're talking about close friendships, real friendships. And I mean, I've only let people in so far, to a point in my life. I haven't, haven't been real great about letting people get too close to me. I mean, even when I lived in Enid with the person who's like, she's my best friend, it's not like we were always hanging out. There wasn't time for that. I mean, she had her life. She had her husband and her kids and everything. And me being an introvert, I only enjoy occasional visits anyway. I like to have my weekends to myself. It's something I need. Now, I have had friends that were more extroverted and that did have the time. But I feel like it was being used in those friendships. There was one person, we were just friends, but he was manipulative, and he was a bad one. My battery died on my camera. I could go to Kansas and visit a friend from one of the colleges I went to that I know that we would have a good time if I tracked her down. I can track her down through social media as well. And maybe even the grad school student that I went to school with. You know, I know that she's in Kansas City and she has LinkedIn. I could contact her that way. There are things I could do, but I don't have unlimited time and vacation. And I think that's where everybody's at, you know. And if you're like me, you might have a little bit of fear of rejection or being ghosted, because other people say that that happens to them with people they were even close to. So I don't know. That'd be interesting to do. If I ever got to a point where I could just not have to work and I could travel whenever, wherever, it's something I might try. It's like to go on an old friendship tour with some people, a handful, not everybody. Because that would be an interesting experience, and it would be an interesting thing to share. You know, I could update you. But if I can't do that, maybe there's a way to reach out and see what everyone says. You know, what's their response to me reaching out? And if any. I didn't solve any problems or make any fascinating revelations, I don't think, but it was just something I was thinking about and wanted to talk about. I don't have any answers for anybody, because I've had the bad friends too. They were liars, and so I let them go. I didn't try to, if either I dropped them or they stopped contacting me because they were mad because I stood up for myself. And, you know, I didn't try to reach out to them again because I don't want to. Because I see who they are. it's a struggle bus, the whole friends thing, for sure. And with my current group of friends, I'm just I just keep in mind that we are coworkers and that this may not be a thing always, because that hasn't been the history for me either. So I'm not doing any better. I guess all this to say I'm not doing any better than these other people on the internet talking about how they don't have friends. Not doing much better than you. I'm just, I guess, a little more comfortable with having just me time a lot, because I enjoy that. I'm not a let's go somewhere and do something all the time person. And now it's time for me to do that walk I was talking about. So I made it. Just wanted to show you that I am taking my walk. But see how gorgeous it is as we approach Thanksgiving. Man, it's gonna be 2025.